What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I want you to check out this article with me that I'm looking at, and it's basically highlighting how Elon Musk is no longer interested, basically. This is the translation that I took from it, is no longer interested in buying Twitter. He's saying that Twitter is in material breach of a merger agreement. So let me break this down for you really quickly, right? He did originally make a bid between $44 and $45 billion to be able to buy the company a significant amount of time ago, right? Nobody is going to do this deal without their due diligence. One of the concerns that Elon Musk raised is that basically he's saying that it's not as many active users as the company is saying that it is. More importantly, he's saying that there's more bots. Please prove to us that there is not actually more bots on Twitter than people are saying that it is. And a SEC filing released Monday morning, Musk's counsel said Twitter has not coughed up the adequate data on the company's users, committing a clear material breach of the company's obligations as a part of its merger agreement. Based on Twitter's behavior to date, the company's latest correspondence in particular, Mr. Musk believes the company is actively resisting and thwarting his information rights and the company's corresponding obligations under the merger agreements. Basically, they're not giving me what I need in order to make an active assessment of exactly what this company is really doing on the inside, okay? That's in student layman's terms. This is a clear material breach of Twitter's obligations under the merger agreement, and Mr. Musk reserves all rights resulting therefrom, including his right not to consummate the transaction and his right to terminate the merger agreement. And then Twitter stock fell around 5% on the news, which it looks like the stock has recovered significantly. But basically what he's saying is that I reserve the right to pull out of this deal unless they give me the information that I want. Now, I still think that there's a strong possibility that Elon Musk buys Twitter. However, I cannot see him moving forward in an agreement to spend over $44 billion, and especially when you take into consideration that he has to finance the majority of the deal, and that's how majority of deals are structured. Nobody has ever, to my knowledge, made a purchase of a business all within themselves, especially considering that the way that they have to put together the deal. So what people don't realize, and I talk about this all the time, is that Elon Musk, here, let me make myself big again. Elon Musk is not, let me say that again, is not rich from cash. That would be stupid. Nobody would ever have $250 billion in cash, He has all of his money in assets, meaning that it's his real estate portfolio, majority of what he owns in SpaceX and Tesla, obviously. And so what rich people usually do is they borrow against, let me say it again, they borrow against the assets that they have because they know that, or the banks know, or whoever it is that's trying to finance what they're trying to borrow against, know that what they're doing is leverage, right? They can basically finance a deal for cheaper than it would cost them to actually sell their shares in whatever company that they would have to sell the shares in order to move those shares into something else, and then they would have to pay capital gains on top of it. Why would I do that when I can keep all of my money and assets, prevent myself from having to spend money financially as far as pulling out of a deal? This company is already super valuable. Why would I do that? Pay capital gains taxes, pay more taxes. And let's be clear. The only reason he paid taxes at the beginning was because if he didn't exercise the right when he did, then it would cost him more in the long run. Everything is a paper game. Everything is shifting things around. So when he goes on and he financed this deal, right? He's financing this deal based off of the idea that he can borrow against the assets that he already has. And then the banks will guarantee financing, or they will do it at the lowest rate possible, considering that the money that he's borrowing is backed against something else. There's actual collateral. There's actual real assets. There's things that you can borrow against. All right. So Musk's complaint stems from Twitter's insistence that the social media platform does not have a problem with bots, as I told you already, an issue that the world's richest person has flagged since announcing a deal to acquire Twitter for $54.20 per share on April 21st, which I believe is way overpriced at this point. way overpriced. But in order to get the board to even consider, or get Twitter shareholders to even consider executing on the deal, he had to go way above whatever the purchase price was. But then that since dropped, right? Shares of Twitter have dropped more than 17% since the deal was announced. In a statement to Yahoo Finance on Monday, Twitter spokesperson said Twitter has and will continue to cooperatively share information with Mr. Musk to consummate the transaction in accordance with the terms of the merger agreement. Basically, this is what the paperwork says. And basically, also on top of that, what they're trying to say is that if Musk decides against purchasing the company, there is going to be a $1 billion fee for pulling out of the deal. I don't know how he can get out of that. That's largely been announced. That always has been there since the beginning of the deal, with the expectation that he was actually going to go through with the merger. But he's saying that if the company is significantly overvalued, why would I go through it in the first place? Regardless, I can literally just pull out of the deal and probably save myself more money. But what I believe is really happening is that he's angling to purchase the company at a significantly cheaper price. I think that this is a play. This is a move. I think he already knows everything he needs to know. And people like Elon Musk do not get into certain deals without already having a great understanding of exactly what they're getting themselves into, right? Says, we believe this agreement is in the best interest of all shareholders, and we intend to close the transaction and enforce the merger agreement at the agreed price and terms. We want our $54.20 a share. Over the last several weeks, Musk has raised very concerned about Twitter's user base, challenging the veracity of the company's claims that just 5% of its reported users are bots. Twitter has in fact refused to provide the information that Mr. Musk has repeatedly requested since May 9th to facilitate his evaluation of spam and fake accounts on the company's platform. What do you guys think? Say Musk faces a $1 billion fee. I hadn't even read this article. I just read the headline. If he calls off the $44 billion agreement to buy Twitter. What do you guys think? I'm curious as to how this is going to play out. I have my theory. I have my thoughts. I'm trying to figure out why Twitter is refusing to cough up the information that he needs in order to get the merger done, if, in fact, it is true that they have exactly the amount of bots that they say that they have. But then on the flip side, the businessman in me is saying that Elon Musk realized he made a mistake when he made this bid in the first place. And now he's trying to buy the company at a significantly cheaper value than what he first proposed. I don't think that he's pulling out of the deal. I don't think that he's just giving up $1 billion. I believe that he's genuinely trying to find out what the heck is up with the company and use that as leverage to purchase it at a significantly lower price. All right. I want to know you guys' thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you have not already, make sure you join the Patreon. The link is in the description. We doing some awesome things in the Patreon. It is absolutely going up. It is dope. Just did a live stream yesterday that is posted. Mastermind session this weekend. Patreon exclusive meetup very, very soon. That has been announced also. In addition to that, if you need to kick it with me personally, let me know. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com or go to my website, antondaniels.com. Make sure that you hit the email link. It'll open up your email client. Send me a message and we're going to get you scheduled. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Let me know what you think about this whole Elon Musk Twitter thing. We're going to talk about it. You know, we bag chasers. We got to get to that money. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.